To your last breath, comrade. Recon plane awaits our orders. Our recon plane will find them, wherever they hide. Artillery is in position. The blood we spilled today is just the beginning.
Terrible gun, terrible setup, terrible odds, but snazzy clutch. Hey guys, it's Grunge here. I'm gonna do kind of a combination of, screw it. I'm gonna consider this a COD blog, but I'm gonna say a thing or two about the gameplay. As you may have noticed, this is Call of Duty 2, and not very many people play this game anymore. I'm sure if I got on this game like 5 years ago, this lobby would be full, but there are only 3 people in this lobby, me and 2 other guys, and it's deathmatch or free-for-all. That's what today's Call of Duty would call it. Yeah, I really like this game. I'm not really great at it. This was like my 4th match. Well, I had Call of Duty Big Red 1 a long time ago, but that's different from this game. This was like my 4th match, and I do actually pretty good in it. I'm not a great sniper, so yeah, you're gonna have to bear with that fact. Alright, anyway, today I want to really talk about something that's been on my mind as of lately, and I'm gonna reference it to That Guy Camp's video. Over the summer, he posted a video called A Much Needed Break, or whatever, and in it he says, and I quote, "Nowadays, everybody and their brother does commentaries." And all over YouTube, you see all this crap about too many people do commentaries, so many people want to be like Hutch and Operator Perry, so many people are attention whores, and you know what, I'm not going to disagree. There are a bunch of commentators out there today. I'd say at least 500 of them on YouTube. Well, maybe not 500, more like 300, somewhere around there. Commentators that commentate consistently. And they were all influenced by one person, except for like whoever the first person to do it was. But what I really hate as of lately is that commentators have really been given a lot of crap as of lately. They're like, a lot of people say there are too many of them, and they're given crap. They're discouraged, and well, my thoughts on that basically. Well, I'm obviously commentating right now, so if I said I agreed with them, like, you shouldn't commentate, that would be extremely hypocritical. I say, if you want to commentate, this is to all you, like, amateur commentators out there like me, if you want to commentate, go ahead. It's a free country. YouTube's free. You may get hated on, but you know what? Haters may not always break you. But this really reminds me of a subject that I've been kind of strong on as of lately. I'm gonna go out and kind of, not really, but sort of stereotype, even though stereotyping is one of my biggest pet peeves. This goes back to my whole views on something called conformity. I'm sure what you guys know about that. All the whole kids being anti-conformist, calling people conformist, doing everything differently just to be an attention whore, just to get a lot of attention. And I really hate it when somebody does something like, say this for example, and they're called a conformist. They're called they're called trendy. I really hate it when people say that, because it's really hypocritical. If you're intentionally trying to stand out among society just to get attention, like, go around saying, "Oh, I'm not a conformist. See, I wear this kind of clothes." Well, really, that's kind of in itself conformity, because you're kind of, if you're intentionally being different, then that's pretty much conformity defined, because, now, like, for example, I guess you could say, I'm not going to stereotype people, but there are groups of people at my school. They all dress alike, and they all do like what I'm saying. They like try to stand out. They do a bunch of things differently, listen to different music, like bands that even I've never heard of, and call people conformists. And dude, you guys dress alike, you guys do things alike. That's just as conformist as anybody else. Only difference, you guys are doing it just to be different, just to stand out, and that really gets on my nerves because, let's say, for example, a person I'm going to use this as a great example. Commentaries. There are a lot of commentators out there. My main influence is that guy who camps, as I said earlier. He is a really good commentator, and if it weren't for him, I probably wouldn't be doing commentaries. But I say this, you know what, if people are going to call you a conformist, those kids at school, just ignore them, really. They're just as... They eat, they sleep, they breathe, they have hair, well, usually. They have skin, they wear clothes, they go to school. They're just as conformist as you are. I really hate that word, conformist, because I always negatively connotate it. Like, you're such a conformist, that whole thing. Yeah, that gets on my nerves. So I hate that word. They're just as, like, if you have a reason to do what you're doing and a lot of other people are doing it, let's say, for example, yeah, I'm gonna use this as an example. The reason why I'm doing this, mainly because it looks like fun. I wanted to try it out. I wanted to get my voice out there. I wanted to put some of my stuff out there, and I don't really have a dream of getting more than like 1,000 subscribers, but if you have a reason for doing what you do, whether a lot of people do it or not, you're not being a conformist. I really hate that word. You're not being a conformist. I sound like all philosophical, all like anti-goth. I'm not gonna say anti-goth, even though I just did. But really, that stuff just kind of gets on my nerves, and it all traces back from the whole, there are a bunch of commentators. Yeah, this COD blog's pretty crappy. I've just been talking about whatever, but I guess that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And also, the whole commentary thing, as I said earlier, one of the main reasons why I'm doing it, not only because it looks like fun, but because I want to get my voice out there, and blogs, just typing a text blog is kind of boring. I know I sound kind of like, you know, one of those, never mind. But typing a text blog is pretty boring, in my opinion. So I think that vlogging or just talking over my videos will be a lot more fun, because you see Call of Duty. I love Call of Duty because I'm a conformist. Just kidding. As I said, I'm just kidding. And so while you watch these Call of Duty videos, like this video was pretty fun, I think. I do some pretty decent sniping compared to what I normally do. You just listen to my voice, and if you don't like it, then you just don't have to watch the video. It's fine. But people do commentate nowadays. It's the First Amendment all over again. They can do what they want, and there are a lot of commentators, but you're not being forced to watch them. You can choose whether or not you want to watch a commentary. It's not like they're overflowing you to the fact that you have to listen to them, and you're sick of listening to so many commentators. If you choose to watch their video, then that's you can leave, so you can't really blame it on them. It's kind of like people that see like a bad movie series, like they see a bunch of cheesy horror films. They're the ones that are choosing to watch them. They can't really blame it on the people that make the movie. So yeah, that was kind of a long rant and about conformity and commentators. Commentators have been given a lot of crap. I really hate saying those words, conformist and conformity, because when I associate the South Park show, and they're really good at satire. They're really clever, like the whole goth kids being conformist, all that stuff. So yeah, I really negatively connotate that word. I hate it. And you know what? If you're listening to this commentary still, I gotta say, you are pretty awesome, because you must really care what I have to say, and that's really one of my main reasons. That's really something I want to do right now. Get my word out on you. And so if you listen this far, props to you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so that's really all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed the second episode of COD Blog, and I'll see you guys later. Oh, and I may not do commentaries that much anymore. I may do like random clips. Screen's gone black, I know. So yeah, just be aware this channel may or may not change.